My dear friends, a parent's love is very powerful, and the woman in the story today we see clearly loves her daughter. It is that love of that mother which drives her to seek out for Jesus in the hope that he will free her daughter from this evil, from this demon which has possessed her. And what is interesting to note is that this woman is not of Jewish faith and she is a Gentile. But you see, her faith is very real and it's very deep. When we hear in this gospel today, when we hear about Jesus first encounters her, it looks very harsh that Jesus is very harsh on her, using very harsh words like, let the children eat first, and then it's like, if it is not right to take the children's food and put to the dogs. So it looks like Jesus is very harsh on this lady. We should know that this is written by a Jew, and Jews, when they saw Gentiles, other nations, people of other nations, they they called them as unclean dogs. So Mark, being a Jew, must have put these words of Jesus. But you see, Jesus is not doing it to hurt her, but Jesus is trying to test her faith. Because we have seen earlier, we have read earlier, and we have heard also that Jesus at the end tells his disciples also to go into the whole world to proclaim the good news. And here we see there are people of this woman is of other faith, other nation who has come in faith, and Jesus is treating her with harsh words. We should know that Jesus is trying to test her faith, and rightly this woman, through her statement, changes Jesus' heart, and Jesus immediately heals her daughter. My dear friends, in our lives also, many times when we are faced with this kind of situations, we also think we'll get the mercy of God, but sometimes we don't understand. Like I have met many people who will come and say, Father, I do this, Father, I always go for mass, I do this prayer, but there are a lot of problems in my house. Okay, so sometimes it looks like you do these prayers just to get attention from God. You did these things, only prayers, going for mass as an obligation, but it doesn't come from the heart. Today we see this Syrophoenician woman who humbly, even though she knows that Jesus is come to save the Jews first, she knows with her humble heart she comes, and that is what Jesus is looking for. Jesus is looking for that humility in each one of us. So let us reflect on this reading, and as we are reflecting, let us also reflect on our lives. When we fall into these temptations or situations, let us ask God to give us the grace of humility, of humbly coming to Jesus and seeking Him more and more, even though sometimes we feel that Jesus is not listening or God is not listening to us. In humble heart, we keep on trying and we keep on pursuing and seeking Jesus in these situations.